Most people think a spiritual awakening is all peace, light, and enlightenment. But, surprise, it can actually throw you into some of the darkest and most challenging moments of your life. The truth is, the spiritual awakening process isn't always the blissful escape it's made out to be. Sure, awakening brings clarity and purpose, but what no one tells you is the hidden, messy, and often painful path that comes with it. Suddenly, you're grappling with emotional swings, feeling isolated from people you once connected with, and even questioning your life's meaning. Why? Because, as freeing as it is to wake up to a new reality, the journey often means breaking down everything you once believed. Each of the stages of spiritual awakening opens your eyes a little wider, and, honestly, it's not all rainbows. You begin to see things, really see them, and that includes the tough, unfiltered truth about yourself and the world. The signs of spiritual awakening can be a blessing, yes, but they also bring intense challenges that force you to confront parts of yourself you'd rather avoid. So, if you're curious or already on this path, buckle up. We're diving into the dark side of spiritual awakening no one tells you about, the side effects that make you question if this journey is worth it. Let's pull back the curtain and explore what happens when enlightenment isn't as light as it seems. Transformative experience. Imagine a moment where reality shatters, not in some big, dramatic way, but rather in quiet layers peeling back, revealing a depth you'd never noticed. That's the essence of a spiritual awakening, stages of spiritual awakening that start with a crack in the ordinary, transforming how you see everything around you. Suddenly, the mundane takes on a shimmer, and what you once overlooked now screams for attention. Like noticing the kindness in a stranger's smile or feeling the pulse of life in the trees around you. It's a shift so profound, you almost want to pinch yourself to check if it's real. This spiritual awakening marks the beginning of a journey where, surprisingly, the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and what was once comfortable now feels confining. You may find yourself questioning everything, your job, your goals, even your relationships. It's not just curiosity, it's an intense hunger for meaning. Imagine, for example, someone who's always strived to climb the corporate ladder suddenly waking up and wondering, is this really all there is? That's the dark side of spiritual awakening no one tells you. It's a blessing, but it can shake your core. And as you journey deeper into the spiritual awakening stages, each layer feels like a doorway into yet another uncharted part of yourself. It's thrilling, yes, but also unsettling. You might feel as if you're constantly losing pieces of who you used to be, yet gaining glimpses of something truer. Each day becomes an exploration, with signs of spiritual awakening popping up when you least expect them, and the promise of self-discovery pulling you forward. But with this transformation comes a strange sense of confinement, an awareness that you're crossing into a space that few others understand. Feeling of confinement. Even though a spiritual awakening brings a newfound sense of freedom, it also introduces a profound feeling of confinement. There's a bittersweet irony here. While you're breaking free from illusions, it can be isolating. Imagine breaking out of a cocoon only to realize the world outside is unfamiliar, and the people around you seem bound by chains they can't see. It's not that you're better than anyone else, rather, you just start to see things they don't. This is the dark side of spiritual awakening, where the freedom you crave comes with a pang of loneliness. This stage often leads to a strange sort of double life. On one hand, you've gained this deep understanding of reality. On the other, you feel worlds apart from friends and loved ones still engrossed in the everyday grind. Conversations about routine topics, like work gossip or weekend plans, start feeling shallow, almost surreal. The dark side spiritual awakening brings often means that those around you might not relate to your newfound insights, leaving you caught in a limbo between worlds. It's a clash of perspectives that can be hard to navigate. Yet, there's a hidden beauty in this feeling of confinement, a lesson that's easy to miss. It challenges you to hold space for others without needing them to see things your way. Imagine sharing your awakening with someone close, not to convince them, but to simply be open. This respect for individual journeys can turn loneliness into a quiet strength. It's one of those side effects of spiritual awakening that no one tells you about, but it's also a part of the growing pains that shape your path. And as you accept this solitude, a new type of clarity begins to emerge, leading you deeper into your journey. Persistent confusion. With each step deeper into the spiritual awakening process, a haze of confusion often settles in. Suddenly, the answers that used to feel clear-cut seem murky, and the knowledge you once relied on no longer holds up. It's like venturing into a labyrinth where familiar paths vanish, leaving you grappling with what's real and what's illusion. Many describe it as feeling lost in a world that once felt secure. It's an unavoidable side effect of spiritual awakening, challenging you to surrender old beliefs for a more profound understanding. This stage can be mentally exhausting, as it pushes you to question everything, your assumptions, your beliefs, even the core of your identity. For example, things you used to take as truth start unraveling. Imagine having held onto certain career goals or relationship ideals, only to suddenly question if they're even yours. It's unsettling, but also a powerful part of the spiritual awakening stages. This confusion, while uncomfortable, is actually a sign that you're shedding layers of illusion, revealing what's authentically you. And while this confusion can make you feel disoriented, there's something liberating about it. It encourages you to embrace not knowing as part of the journey. Many find solace in practices like journaling or meditation, which help them sort through the swirling thoughts and emotions. Allowing yourself to simply be in this confusion without rushing for answers can be healing in itself. This dark night of the soul isn't easy, but it's a critical step toward unraveling the deeper layers of your consciousness, leading to insights you couldn't have reached otherwise. Social disconnection. One of the unexpected signs of spiritual awakening is the shifting of social ties, often leading to a sense of social disconnection. As your perspectives change, so do your relationships. What once felt like solid connections may start to feel fragile or out of alignment. Imagine once feeling perfectly at home in a friend group, only to realize that conversations now feel hollow, lacking the depth that your new awareness craves. This disconnection can feel jarring, as if the ground beneath your relationships is slowly shifting. This isn't just about losing friends, it's about evolving past certain dynamics and interests. The spiritual awakening process often pushes you to seek more meaningful interactions, ones that resonate with your evolving values and outlook on life. Small talk becomes almost unbearable, replaced by a longing for deep, soulful conversations. This is the dark side of spiritual awakening no one tells you about, the sense of loneliness that comes from craving connections that few can offer. It's as if you're navigating a world where others are still following a script you've outgrown. But here's the thing, this phase of social disconnection is also an invitation to connect with like-minded souls. It's a chance to find or build communities that reflect your journey. Whether through spiritual groups, personal growth circles, or even online forums, you'll discover that others have been through this shift too. So while the isolation can sting, it can also be a gateway to richer, more fulfilling connections, each interaction bringing you closer to the clarity you seek in this awakening. Heightened empathy and increased pain. As you delve deeper into the stages of spiritual awakening, one powerful yet challenging shift is the surge of empathy that seems to flood your senses. Suddenly, you're not just aware of your own feelings, but acutely sensitive to the emotions and pain of others. It's as though a new layer of awareness has been peeled back, and you're more in tune with the suffering around you. The dark side of spiritual awakening emerges here. An expanded heart can be both a gift and a burden, amplifying the intensity of everything you feel. This heightened empathy doesn't just make you aware of personal interactions, it often stretches to a global scale. You might feel pangs of sadness or anger when watching the news, experiencing a profound sense of helplessness over the world's issues. It's easy to feel like carrying the weight of the world, sensing the collective pain and sorrow. This dark night of the soul phase can be overwhelming, making the smallest acts of kindness or mindfulness powerful tools. Even simple actions, like sending positive intentions or practicing compassion, help lighten that burden. Embracing this increased sensitivity, however, can also be a profound growth opportunity. It's a call to use your empathy in constructive ways, guiding you to contribute positively to the world. Maybe it inspires you to volunteer, support causes close to your heart, or be a compassionate friend. This deepened empathy, while intense, ultimately leads you to live with a purpose that aligns with your awakening. It's a demanding process, but one that carves out space for kindness, reminding you that even small, intentional acts can have far-reaching impacts. Existential crisis. In the throes of a spiritual awakening, there comes a point when you may find yourself in a full-blown existential crisis. It's that moment when everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world suddenly feels incomplete or even irrelevant. Imagine the foundations of your life, your beliefs, goals, and identity, beginning to crack, revealing questions that have no easy answers. This is one of the intense side effects of spiritual awakening, where the very core of your purpose is up for review. It's uncomfortable, but also an opening to redefine who you truly are. This crisis brings a restless drive to seek meaning beyond the surface. The jobs, relationships, and ambitions that used to bring satisfaction may start feeling trivial, almost hollow. For example, someone deeply invested in career success may suddenly feel it lacks the significance they once attached to it. This dark side of spiritual awakening no one tells you about challenges the desire for purpose, often leaving people suspended in a state of not knowing. It's a recalibration that forces you to dig deep, seeking clarity in places you may have overlooked. Yet, this existential phase has a beauty all its own. It strips away pretense, inviting you to approach life with a clean slate and a sense of openness. In this void, where old beliefs fade, there's space to explore what truly resonates with your soul. This can mean engaging in new practices, like mindfulness, or taking the time to reconnect with nature and solitude. Each step reorients you toward a purpose that feels authentic, setting you on a path that aligns with your awakened self, one that embraces the unknown rather than fearing it. Respect for others' journeys. As the spiritual awakening process unfolds, one humbling realization is that each person's journey is unique, and forcing your insights onto others isn't part of the awakening at all. It's tempting to want others to see what you've discovered, but true respect means allowing them to walk their own paths. The dark side of spiritual awakening reveals that you're not here to change anyone. Rather, you're here to be a presence that embodies compassion, patience, and understanding. It's about recognizing that the signs of spiritual awakening will appear when each person is ready. This respect for others' journeys teaches you a valuable lesson in humility. You'll notice that some people simply aren't receptive, and trying to enlighten them often creates tension rather than connection. Imagine explaining something profound to a friend who simply can't relate. They might even feel judged. This part of the awakening process encourages you to hold space instead, offering support without the need for others to follow in your footsteps. By allowing each person their own spiritual awakening stages, you begin to see the beauty in everyone's unique path. Learning to respect other journeys is also a gentle reminder of your own boundaries. Not every conversation or relationship needs to be spiritual. Sometimes, being present and listening is enough. This stage of spiritual awakening invites you to let go of the need to control others' beliefs and trust that everyone is exactly where they're meant to be. And as you cultivate this respect, you'll find a quieter, more grounded connection to yourself and to those around you, a bond that doesn't rely on shared beliefs, but rather on mutual acceptance. Loss of interest in mundane ambitions. During the later stages of spiritual awakening, it's common to feel a deep shift in what motivates you. Goals that once felt crucial, career achievements, financial gains, social status, can start to feel strangely empty. It's not that you've lost your drive, rather, your priorities have transformed. Imagine waking up one day and realizing that the ambitions you once chased don't bring the same sense of satisfaction. This is a sign of spiritual awakening, where the mundane loses its luster, and you begin seeking something more lasting, something that feeds the soul. This isn't an easy change to navigate. You might feel a sense of loss or even guilt for not being as driven by material pursuits as you once were. Friends and family might not understand this shift, questioning why you're not as ambitious anymore. But the dark side of spiritual awakening no one tells you about is that it often disconnects you from societal definitions of success. You're drawn to experiences that align with your inner growth, be it through creative expression, personal development, or simply finding peace in solitude. This phase can be a beautiful opportunity to redefine what success truly means to you. It's a chance to engage with life in a way that feels genuine, focusing on pursuits that resonate on a deeper level. For instance, many find fulfillment in volunteering, meditation, or even exploring hobbies they'd never considered before. This side effect of spiritual awakening doesn't mean abandoning all ambition, but rather shifting it toward things that nurture the spirit. And as you embrace this new perspective, you might find that real success feels closer than ever, grounded in purpose rather than in external achievements. Intense emotional swings. In the journey through spiritual awakening stages, one of the more turbulent experiences involves waves of intense emotional highs and lows. One moment, you might feel a profound sense of peace, as if everything in life is finally aligned. The next, you're hit by an unexpected surge of sadness or frustration. These emotional swings are part of the dark side of spiritual awakening, a reminder that growth isn't always smooth. It's the mind processing deep-seated beliefs and traumas, and each release brings a mix of relief and unease. These fluctuations can be mentally and emotionally exhausting, leaving you feeling raw and vulnerable. People often describe it as a dark night of the soul, a phase where old wounds resurface, demanding attention. During these times, practices like journaling or mindful breathing can help anchor you, offering a safe outlet for the intense emotions. It's a challenging part of the spiritual awakening process, but also a necessary step toward healing. Each wave is an opportunity to release what no longer serves you, creating space for more grounded, authentic feelings to emerge. Despite the discomfort, these emotional swings eventually become a form of inner cleansing. The process teaches resilience, patience, and self-compassion as you learn to navigate these inner tides. And as you integrate these emotions, you start noticing a deeper sense of emotional clarity and balance. It's like weathering a storm that clears the air, revealing new insights about yourself and your journey. This stage, though intense, is essential to the growth that spiritual awakening brings, setting the stage for a newfound peace within. So, now that you know the hidden challenges of spiritual awakening, are you ready to face them head-on? Awakening isn't easy. It's a journey that pushes you to let go of old beliefs, confront your fears, and find peace in the unknown. But here's the question: what if embracing these challenges could unlock the most authentic, powerful version of yourself? What if the very pain you face now is the key to a deeper, more meaningful life? Don't let these dark side effects scare you off. Instead, let them fuel your transformation. Think about it. What would happen if you took each struggle as a stepping stone? How different would your life be if you truly understood the stages of spiritual awakening and embraced each one? Remember, each of these signs is a call for growth, and each challenge can bring you closer to the life you're meant to live. If you're ready to dive deeper into this journey, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We're here to explore the path together, uncovering new insights and navigating the ups and downs of spiritual growth. Stick around, and let's keep unlocking the mysteries of awakening, one step at a time.